from space. The world looks calm, lights glowing, cities alive, economies moving. But hidden between continents, there's a narrow stretch of water, so small. Most people have never heard of it, and yet this single location controls the flow of energy that powers modern civilization. Right now, it's on the edge of chaos, due to an effective blockade imposed by Iran following joint US and Israeli airstrikes that began on February 28, 2026. This is the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow gateway between the Persian Gulf and the open ocean. At its tightest point, it's just about 33 kilometers wide. But within this narrow corridor flows nearly a fifth of the world's oil. Every day, hundreds of massive tankers pass through here, carrying energy to power industries, fuel economies, and sustain billions of lives. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical global energy choke point, primarily transporting crude oil, liquefied natural gas, LNG, and petroleum products from the Persian Gulf. Approximately 20% of global oil consumption. Geography here is not just about land, it's about power. On the northern side lies Iran, a nation with significant control over the waters. On the southern edge, Oman and the United Arab Emirates. This makes the Strait of Hormuz one of the most politically sensitive choke points on Earth, because control here means influence over global energy. The oil that passes through this strait doesn't stay here. It travels across oceans, powering factories in China, accounting for approximately 55% to two-thirds of China's total energy consumption. India, the world's third-largest oil importer and second-largest consumer of LPG, is heavily dependent on supplies transiting the Strait of Hormuz. IEA countries import about 29% of the crude oil coming through the strait, with Japan and Korea particularly reliant on oil flows passing through the strait. In times of conflict, control doesn't always come from visible force. Sometimes, it comes from what cannot be seen. Iran has long invested in a strategy designed for this exact location. Naval mines. Small, relatively inexpensive, but devastatingly effective. Placed beneath the surface, these hidden explosives can halt entire shipping lanes, and the fear of them alone is often enough to stop traffic completely. If the Strait of Hormuz is disrupted, the impact is immediate. Oil prices surge, sometimes within hours. Shipping costs rise, insurance premiums skyrocket, and global markets react with panic. Because nearly 20% of the world's energy supply flows through this single route, a disruption here is not regional, it is global. A prolonged closure of the narrow waterway would drive oil prices well beyond their recent highs of around $120 a barrel. Stock markets to experience high volatility and a general downturn, particularly in sectors reliant on transportation and fuel. The near closure of the Strait of Hormuz has removed 9 million to 10 million barrels of crude oil from global markets each day. To prevent this scenario, the United States and its allies maintain a constant presence in the region. Their mission is clear: keep the strait open. Specialized mine countermeasure units are trained to detect and neutralize underwater threats. Using advanced sonar systems, robotic vehicles, and highly trained divers, they scan the ocean floor, searching for dangers that cannot be seen. Because in a place like this, seconds matter. Clearing the strait is extraordinarily difficult due to the fourth dimension of time. Tidal currents can shift mines, recontaminating areas that were previously cleared. Consequently, the U.S. Navy often focuses on clearing narrow conveyance lanes, a few kilometers wide, rather than attempting to sweep the entire 21-mile-wide strait. This isn't just about geopolitics or distant conflicts. It's about everyday life. The price you pay at the pump, the cost of goods and stores, the stability of jobs and industries, all of it is connected to places like this. When these fuss calms down, can life and skyrocketed prices return back to normal?